Hello, parents. I'm Chris Hooker, and welcome to a new season with CRFC West Metro. Okay, everyone, the purpose of this video is to inform you on what you can expect from the upcoming season. If you're new to playing with CRFC West Metro, one of the first things you'll notice is that we're very different from most leagues. One of those differences is that we make it extremely convenient for our families by streamlining our schedule for training and games. A family with multiple players can expect the same night of training, and generally games that start and end at the same time. That way, soccer doesn't consume your life and add more stress to our already hectic schedules. Another key difference is that we give you more bang for your buck. Although we have a volunteer coaching staff, we take pride in our partnership with Core River Coaching Carolinas. Core River Coaching has been around since 1984 and helps us in our goal to develop skilled, confident, and creative players. They will be running our Monday night sessions in age-specific time slots. This is not only a great resource for our players, but it serves as our coaching training as well. We provided this for our members for the past 3 years without raising our prices. Speaking of coaching, if you haven't already volunteered, you can do so by replying to this email or Facebook post and take advantage of our coaches discount. When it comes to coaching, some of our parents are very reluctant to get involved. Not everyone grew up playing soccer, and some will think that they have nothing to offer. This simply isn't true. We want to provide a fun but safe environment for our players to play in, and we need your help. As mentioned before, we try to make it easier for our families by streamlining our schedule, but we also make it easier to coach. We have a head coach for each age group who will reside over the players and volunteer coaches. All we need from our volunteer coaches is to be there as often as possible to assist in training and games. Chances are you're not going to just be dropping your players off at the gate and leaving, but instead you'll be there to watch your child develop skills and having fun. Why not get involved and have fun too? Back to what makes us different. This might be the biggest difference, and for some families it will be either the greatest difference or the hardest thing to come to terms with. At CRFC West Metro, we don't do teams. Instead, we play in an academy pool style model. In order to streamline our schedule to be more convenient for our families and provide a quality product for our players, we decided that playing in teams wasn't our best route. Here's what you need to know about this particular model versus a team model. 1. The most basic concept of this model comes from the idea that we want to focus on each and every individual child. Most of our players are 8 and under, and based off of their age characteristics, most of those kids are in a me phase. Development, they're not necessarily concerned with sharing the ball with teammates. They want their own ball. As for the rest of our age groups, often we have players who have come up in our younger age groups and have decided to either change it up and play other sports or join one of our more competitive junior academy programs. This generally leaves us with players who haven't the experience to make for competitive teams in our league. So that being said, we want to focus on developing individual skills. 2. In keeping with our streamlining schedule mantra, we understand that having a family means our schedules don't always go to plan. Sometimes you can't make Mondays. Sometimes you take the full weekend for your vacation and choose not to come back for the Sunday game. We want you to have that flexibility to do what you need to do for your family. At the same time, we don't want it to have a negative impact on the rest of the players. By doing the pool model, we're not so dependent on players showing up in order to have a full team. For example, let's say in our U8 age group, we try to have rosters of 10 players per team. If we have 4 teams, that means we have at least 40 kids, and that would work out perfectly so that there wouldn't be a team sitting out every week because we have an even amount of teams. Now, the problem came when at practice or at games when people wouldn't show up. If one family didn't come, that's okay, but too often it was more like 4 to 5 people not showing up, and that would always put people in a lurch. Now, by not having teams, we train with the amount of kids who attend, and we divide teams up on Sunday based off of who attends as well. Which leads me to the third point. We want everyone to be successful. By doing the pool system, we can be more efficient with our player development. In years past, with the team model, we would try to make the teams as evenly matched as possible. Each team would have a few experienced players, a few average players, and of course new players. Over the years, though, people would start requesting coaches, and through wanting to be on the best team, we started having stacked teams. This also led to adults and their egos getting the best of them and forgetting what we're all here for, the children. In recreation soccer, we have a saying, and that is, we don't keep score. Now, we know this not to be true. Everyone would know the score, and between the competition and rivalries between coaches with their stacked teams, and then the new coaches who was led by a parent who just kind of got pulled from the crowd and never got any kind of training, maybe even didn't get a ball back, something like that, right? We would lose sight of what we were here for, the kids. The pool system doesn't just allow us flexibility in our schedules, but also helps us in our players' development. On game days, we are able to fix games to be tailor-made to our players' skill level. We can put the more experienced kids together, and they can play a game, and likewise, we can put the less experienced kids together for a game. In doing so, each game is competitive to a particular skill. For example, here, if there is one player who is just dominating the game, the coach can now have options to help the game smooth out by having that player move to the other team, or maybe he'll add restrictions to that player by having them have to pass the ball, or do a particular skill, or something else besides telling that player just to go sit down. Again, we want to put an emphasis on everyone being successful. Well, there you have it. I know that we just covered a lot of information, and I hope that you found it informative and have a better understanding of who we are. Biggest takeaway here is that we're here for your family, and we want you to have a great experience with us. I understand that we're different from every other league, but I don't believe that there is a one-size-fits-all type of club. You might go the whole season or realize from the start, maybe even after watching this video, that this isn't the place for you. And you know what? That's okay. I had to learn a long time ago that I'm not going to please everyone, but by being different, that means you have options. In the end, we want your child to have a fun experience where they'll want to come back for years to come. We want an environment where coaches have a positive impact on not just a select group of players, but the whole age group. Chances are we don't have the next Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi playing with us this season, so we shouldn't take ourselves too seriously. Instead, we want you and other parents to watch your children grow up and develop lasting friendships with kids that they might never ever have the chance to meet had it not been for soccer. In closing, please consider volunteering and helping us develop a sense of community so that we can make this the best league in the Midlands. We're so excited that you're here and that your family has decided to play with us. Let's go make some great memories this season. See you on the pitch.